Hey, it's Miss K, and this is Walkers Worldwide. Today it's just me, because guess what? I had to travel solo dolo abroad during Rona, and that was not something I recommend, going abroad during Rona. So let's start with this. Korean Air. Love the airline, love them. I have traveled with them 3 times now, and I have enjoyed each time I've traveled with them. The stewardess are nice, the plane is nice, the food is the bomb, and I have no complaints. If you got to travel to Asia, Korean Air. No, I'm not getting paid for it, but if y'all want to, shoot me on the email. But all realness, traveling abroad during Rona. So the process it takes a long time. So I arrived in Korea at 5 a.m. This is my travel back. So I arrived back to Korea at 5 a.m. I did not leave the airport until about 10-ish a.m. So 5 hours after my arrival. So what they do is like they put you in this long line and you're just standing there, and it seems like it's not moving, but it is, but it just appears that it's not. And they have these guys walking around in white suits, and they're coming to talk to you to make sure that you download this app on your phone. So they have the app for the Google Play and also for the Apple. Now, this app is pretty much a monitoring device. They pretty much know where you're going, what you're doing. So you have to actually quarantine. You can't just say you're quarantined and leave and go this place and that place, because the app will tell on you. I have followed quarantine. I have been in this house since leaving the hotel. So, and they do call. So like when my phone doesn't work, they will call and be like, oh, we're not able to communicate. You need to reset your phone. So with this app, I have to take my temperature twice a day and then input my temperature into the app. And then also I have to tell them if I'm having any symptoms. And if I am, there's a spot where you can list your symptoms. If there's not, you just check no into your temperature, and that's it. You have to do it 2 times a day. Now they are serious with it, because at the airport, they told me in the morning, in the evening. So the first day, that's what I did. Nope. They were like, we need you to do this at 2 particular times a day. Don't be late. So I was late. They did call me and be like, ma'am, you need to follow the instructions. So it is serious. It's actually just driving me up the wall, and I can't wait till it's over. But they are serious about making sure that you are following all protocol. So I do that twice a day. So when I was in the airport though, they make sure that you have this app downloaded on your phone. So the first line you go to, they check your temperature, they look at your passport, and make sure you don't have any symptoms at that time. So that's the quarantine section. So you're in that line. I think I was in that line about 2 hours, and then I make it through the quarantine part, and then I go on to the next part. At this part, they look at your phone, make sure that the app is downloaded correctly, tell you how to use it, and then you go to your next line. Now, if you did come up with a high temperature, there's a separate line for you. So for me, I think my temperature is like 37 Celsius, and if you're 37.5, then that's considered a high fever. So I was really cutting it, but I made it through. So anywho, go through the line. Then the next line, they check some arrival data, make sure you don't have any symptoms. They check your address to know where you're going to be staying. And then you give them all that information, and then you go to your next spot. Now, I really don't know what's the difference between these last 2 lines, because they check the same stuff. And there's like all this paperwork, and you're just giving this one person a paper and then that person a paper. But pretty much all those lines came down to, let's make sure you have no symptoms. Let's make sure you have an address, and that you're going to stay at that address, and that address is actually valid. They check your passport, and that's pretty much it. But that process took hours. So finally, I'm thinking, okay, I'm about to get on, the train and head on back to my city. Nope. They have you go get your luggage, and then they have all these people in white suits again, ready to greet you, to tell you that you have to take a particular train. So the only people that can ride on this train are the people that just got off the plane. So it's kind of like isolated. They put us all in this area, and they say, which way are you going? And if you're going to such cities, you go here. If you're going to other cities, you go there, and you sit and wait. So the waiting game continues. So this is what you're waiting for. You're waiting for a bus to come and pick you up and take you to the train station. But the only people that can get on this bus is people that have arrived in Korea internationally. Us people, we had to be together again. So then we get on this bus, really nice bus, nice seats. I think it's called like a limo bus, something like that they offer out here. Really nice. And they drive you over to the train station. So you think, hey, I'm gonna get off the train and go on my journey. Nope. So then we get off the train and we stand in another line. They ask us at this point, where are you going? Tell them where you're going. So again, you're going this way, here. You're going that way, there. And you're still with the same people, isolated. You are not with the common folk. You are by yourself. And then they have somebody come get you, and they take you to where you're supposed to go at the train station, but you have to be together. There is no solo stuff. You are with this group. So with me, I live in Jeonju. So I was on a particular train, and we were all in the same cabin. So we were isolated on the train. I get it. Want to make sure everybody's healthy. We don't want to mess up the common folk. I get it. But I was riding with the same people again on this train. Nobody could be in this cabin except for the people that had just come in from international travels. So we're on the train, and then I get a phone call, and the people say, hey, somebody's going to pick you up from the train station and take you to go get your COVID testing. And that was pretty much it. Wanted to make sure they checked my address again, wanted to make sure my app was working. And, I'm getting off the train thinking I'm going to have to go find these people. Nope. The Jeonju City Hall people were right outside the door. As soon as the train door opened, they were right there. They were like, stop. Not that I was going to run anywhere, but they were not playing. They were like, stop. So, again, I'm greeted with the white suit again. And I'm stuck with these same people. And we are taken by shuttle. So like they're walking us through the train station, and we're like going through this back way, like it was like top secret or something, because again, we can't be with the common folk. So they're taking us all through these back ways. And I was like, I hope they don't get me, because I don't know a lot of Korean, and I don't know where I'm at. But I was with these other people. So if they were gonna get us, they're gonna get them first, because I know that I'm faster than some of these others. But anywho, as I digress. So yeah, we get to a, what's it called? Like a shuttle. And they put us on the shuttle. And the people that are driving our shuttle is, guess what? The people with the white suits. Yes, them. So they're driving us to this location. They don't tell us where we're going, nothing. But I figure at this point, it's to get our COVID tested. So they take us, we're riding, and then we go to the place. And of course, yes, it was for the COVID testing. Get the testing done, that awful test again, I had to get done. And then from there, they put us back into the shuttle. Nobody speaks English except for me. So I can't really communicate with them as to like what's next, where we going, why we doing this, blah, blah, blah. I just got to go with the flow. So I'll get back in the shuttle and they drive us, it seems like 30 minutes away, you know, and luckily I can still see buildings and stuff. So I know they weren't taking me into the wilderness, but they're driving me and it's just me and the same crew. And we pull up to this hotel and I get inside and they tell me, you know, we need to check your temperature and don't really say much to me. And I think it was because of a language barrier. But I asked them, I said, when can I go home? And the lady just looked at me and was like this. So then I pull out my translator and she says, as soon as they get my results back from the COVID test. So she gives me my room number. I go to my room, really nice room. I mean, they didn't put me in a crap hole, and I thought maybe I was gonna have to sleep on the floor because in Korea, you know, that's kind of people's beds are on the floor, but no, I had a nice room. I'll post pictures to our Instagram, which is Walkers Worldwide. On Instagram, I'll post pictures there. And really nice room, jetted tub, large bed, humongous TV. I mean, I really can't complain. And they were like, you know, that I was pretty much just going to stay there till my results came in, which I was thinking that they were going to come in within 24 to 48 hours. So I'm in there, I can't go. And they say, you know, I read something that they'll deliver your food to your door. So they did deliver food. I received a snack bag upon my arrival. And then a few hours later, I received my dinner, which is a traditional Korean meal. It was delicious. Real good, real good. And then I had to put it outside the door for them to take my dishes away. And I just pretty much slept because I was exhausted. Next morning, my doorbell rung and it was my breakfast. So another delicious Korean meal. One thing that I can't eat is those little small fishies with the eyes still looking at you. It's not really like sardines because sardines don't have the tail or anything. And there were a lot of they had it disguised. They probably don't think it's a disguise, but I thought it was a disguise. So they had some, let me see, I want to say some octopus on top of it. And then if you move the octopus to the left, to the right, you know, then these little fish was down there. Now they were dead, but they were still looking at me. So at that point, I couldn't eat that anymore. I just was a little nervous about the little fish. As I digress, I'm sorry. But yeah, so I got back in the bed and it's like, you can't do anything. You just have to wait. You know, you just have to wait. So I thank you for the phone calls and the text messages that kept me going, because I definitely was like isolated for real. But then, hallelujah, I got that text that said, Corona negative. I don't know what else the Korean was, but I heard negative. I saw negative, and that's all I needed to see. And then I saw check out. I packed. I left in my pajamas. I didn't even get dressed. Like I didn't even get dressed. When they said negative, check out. I mean, they could have said check out in an hour or so. I don't know, but I packed my stuff and I left in my pajamas with my jacket. And I went downstairs and they hadn't even did my paperwork yet because I was moving so quickly to get up out of there. And they gave me this box, which they didn't tell me what was in the box. They just said bye. And Nasayo, they were really clear on that. And I called a cab and the cab was able to take me back to my residence, which I was very excited about. And that was my experience. I have been in quarantine in this little apartment for 8 days. 8. I have not seen outside except for through these windows that's over here. And I've just been in the room. Quarantining in your house with family members is, it sucks. I mean, it really sucks. I have to disinfect anything that I touch, even taking a shower, using the restroom. If I make myself something to eat, I have to disinfect everything. I have to wear a mask if anybody else is in the home. If anybody else is in the home, they must also wear a mask. I have to sleep alone. I have to eat alone. I have to pretty much isolate for the full 14 days. So it's been weird talking to the people in my home with a mask on. It's weird grabbing Clorox wipes and disinfectant every time I touch something. You would think that I had the Rona or I had the vid with how I have to carry myself, but I get it. It's to make sure that I keep my household safe, including myself, and that I don't pass anything along. At this point, I feel that I'm good to go. I'm still taking my temperature twice a day and wearing my mask. I'm happy right now because I'm home alone. I don't have to wear my mask. So, y'all see that? Y'all see that? No, me. Yeah, so I'm happy about that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. That's what's going on right now in my world. Happy Valentine's Day to the people that celebrate. I'm not one that does, but I would be really, really sad if I did, and I'm having to spend it on quarantine. I am gonna have to be on quarantine for my birthday, which saddens my soul, because you guys know, if you know me, you know I love my birthday. So yeah, I will be in quarantine on my birthday. And I mean, that's pretty much it. Again, I'm gonna post pictures, the few that I have from my quarantine experience, COVID 2021, traveling abroad, on my Instagram, Walkers Worldwide. And this will be on Walkers Worldwide as well on the YouTube. And again, I'm just posting this because it is something that people have asked me about, and I figured the easiest way to share my experience is to put it on the Walkers Worldwide YouTube page. So thank you very much for listening. I took about 17, 18 minutes of your time. This is the most I've talked to anybody in 8 days. You hear me? I'm so happy you guys are here. All right then, well, that's it. That's all I got.